New introduction here. I want to get everybody's attention for what I feel will be a lucrative opportunity. It's the first ever NYSE marijuana IPO. We're making history here, and I feel this is just the first stepping stone in what is going to be the start of many IPOs on both the NASDAQ and the NYSE. I feel we're going to have a marijuana sector and marijuana ETFs in the future, and this is just step number one. If you are familiar with the industry, that's all I have to say. I know you're interested already. If this is new to you, this is going to be, in my opinion, the greatest financial opportunity in our lifetimes. This has never happened before. We have an established tens of billions dollar industry that the floodgates are going to open. It's becoming more and more legitimate legally, and this is just step number one. So Innovative Industrial Properties is the company. The ticker is IIPR. It is a real estate REIT that invests in medical marijuana facilities. And for this IPO, we have a new website, www.mjipo.com. I put together an hour of research video going through the filings, researching the company and the executives, and establishing a game plan, looking at some other IPOs and how they have traded. We're going to have a chat room with live Q&A during that day, Tuesday, November 22nd. And we'll also have the live webcam where I'll be showing our charts, going over, pointing out key support and resistance levels, looking at the volume that's coming in. I'm really looking forward to this opportunity. I hope you will join us. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get into the charts. Hey everybody, doing an update on DRYS. Wow, what a day. So we do have some profit taking. Look at the size of this upper wick. We hit 102. That's absolutely insane, but we saw 27% profit taking from the high of the day. We rejected from the 200-day moving average resistance of 78.06. So tomorrow we have a battle between the upper Bollinger Band support, which will be in the upper $50 range, and the 200-day moving average resistance, which is going to be just at $78. So if we close above the upper or the 200-day moving average, we'll be looking for bullish continuation. If we lose the upper Bollinger Band, we're looking for consolidation. We're also rejecting, look at that weekly 50-week moving average resistance right off that level. So both the daily and the weekly have moving average resistances that are rejecting the price, and we saw sufficient consolidation, or I should say sufficient profit taking by the end of the day. Now let's look at the 5-minute chart, because these daily charts certainly can't capture all the wild action. This right here was a big fake out first thing. Saw this happen and the pullback down to 45 and thought, oh, there goes the rug getting pulled. And the bulls made a really nice recovery. So we did see that profit taking occur at the end of the day. This candlestick right here, and then lower high and lower low. So we bounced off the 100-day moving average support, and that's actually the 100 period on the 5-minute chart, not the 100-day. But if we lose that level tomorrow, we'll have to update it pre-market. If that is lost, we will know the bears are starting to take control. We already see it with the upper wick on the daily time frame. We've got resistance levels to be watching. The high of this bounce attempt at the end of the day, 81.75. This lower high at 97.78. And then the high of the day at 102. If we break the low of this end of the day consolidation, 66 even, we're looking down at 53.39 and then that 45.40 level. So this should be a little bit of a wake-up call in the sense that profit taking happens very quickly. We have moved many hundreds of percent over just a few days, and we can see 25% evaporate in less than 1 hour. So just a word of caution. We've got the hourly time frame. We're holding exponential support. That's a level that we're going to be watching tomorrow as well. If we keep exponential support, the bulls will remain in control on the hourly time frame. So there's all kinds of shorter term levels to be watching on the 5-minute and the hourly. And tomorrow is a very important day. And again, upper Bollinger Band on the daily is an important level to keep closing above to remain in breakout mode. And there is no shame in getting stopped out and locking in profits. You could always re-enter after consolidation. What I do anticipate to happen, let's zoom out a little bit and look at what I anticipate to happen on the daily time frame once the top is hit. And the top might be 102. That's entirely possible. Right at that $100 psychological level, the daily and weekly moving averages. Let's say, for argument's sake, that is the high. Tomorrow we see a move to the upper 80s and then reject from this 200-day again and see further consolidation. What I would expect to happen is a high volume pullback. The first red day that we're going to see, it will likely be pretty brutal, and we're going to see a pretty big pullback under the upper Bollinger Band. Then maybe another couple of days of downside as the bear volume decreases. Once we see the top is clearly in and we pull back, then it's time to start scouting for the first bounce. And we will see a higher low of support form. We'll have to take it one day at a time and see what that level will be at. But there will be a nice bounce where we see the dump, and then once all the bears have exited, or once all the bulls have exited and the bears are done with it, it will form a support, and we'll see a short-term bounce. And it will be a very short-term bounce because I don't expect it to get anywhere near back to 102 anytime soon. And that will be a nice trading opportunity as well. So after the pullback, once the bears affirm their control and the profit taking is very clear, there will still be another bull trade left in there. We just need to see a new base of support found and a quick short-term bounce. But in that short-term bounce, there should be a nice 20 to 30% of upside once that pullback is done. So that's looking a little bit into the future. One day at a time, 200-day moving average, need to close above that tomorrow, and the upper Bollinger Band will be a very key support. Best of luck to all the bulls. Congrats on these wild gains, but don't leave it on the table. Don't get stuck holding the bag. Have stop losses in place, and we'll see you soon.